at some point in time, we certainly had to move on from Coach Helton because we were not getting the things done that we as a program wanted to get done. And I heard somebody in the rejoin coming back saying when you start listening to alums and fans, you'll be sitting with them. Well, yes, certain alums is correct, but in alums that are actually dialed in to the program, I would say you might want to listen to them. Paul, who should be our next head coach, in your opinion?
Well, Keyshawn, I think someone that commands attention and respect and isn't just, a figure like Helton. And I know everyone like Clay Helton. That's not really what this is about. This is about being successful and running a program. But someone like James Franklin at Penn State, he is probably the first name that comes to mind. He's very charismatic. He was unbelievably successful at Vanderbilt. He's had really good success at Penn State. They haven't quite broken through. They've come close a couple of times in terms of having a legitimate shot at the national title, but Ohio State is usually in the way there. After James Franklin, I think the most obvious choice is the hottest coach in the country today, and that's Mario Cristobal of Oregon. Whether you get him to make that move down the coast, I don't know. And then you're hearing a lot of other names because Mike Bohn he's the athletic director, came from Cincinnati. Luke Fickell's name comes up. I think Luke Fickell is a really fine coach, but Key, you can tell the audience better than I can. You just can't take a successful coach in the Midwest and make him work in Southern California. So those are, I think Franklin and Mario, there are a lot of really good names. Some of the names that are being propagated, Max and Keyshawn and Jay, are ridiculous. You just don't bring somebody out of retirement for this job. You go to somebody that can command the stage, and I think Franklin and Cristobal are the two best I could come up with.
Yeah, absolutely. Need big personalities, people that understand the landscape out on the West Coast to keep our players home. Bryce Young should not be playing at Alabama. DJU should not be playing at Clemson. Stroud should not be playing at Ohio State. Matt Corral should not be at Ole Miss. So when you look at that, when Pete Carroll was there and we were winning, or even as far back as John Robinson, we stackpiled players on top of players on top of players like the Ohio States, the Clemsons, the Alabamas do, and we just haven't been doing that. We've been heavy in Texas recruiting. Our staff is made up of a Texas staff. So all of those sort of things was the undoing of Coach Helton.
Paul, speaking of Ohio State, I watched Anthony Brown just go untouched the other day. And you and I talked about this defensively. I think it was like the first time since 2018 they did not record one sack. What's going on with Ohio State? Are they in trouble in the Big Ten?
Yes, you have to think they are, and it's on the defensive side of the ball, Jay Will, and I've heard a lot of people talking about change already. I think when you talk about coordinators, it's a little bit early, but you just think about what happened in the national championship game. You think about what happened Saturday, and it's really maybe it's been coming. But that was really as bad as Southern Cal was losing to Stanford. I think some of us, our jaw dropped even more in terms of what happened in Columbus. As bad as it looked, I will give Ryan Day credit. I think he's been spectacular as a head coach for two years and 2 games. But he has to figure out a way to solve this right now, and he probably can do it because he's not going to see a team like Oregon or an offense like that. And as you guys probably pointed out, that was not Oregon's best. They were missing not only Thibodeau, their best player, but maybe the best player in college football in Thibodeau. So let's look at that and think how much worse it could have been. They also were missing a key defensive player. But they just have they have stagnated a little bit. But the good news for them is they're not facing juggernauts the rest of the way. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with Iowa. That's a Big Ten championship game. Penn State looks good, but it's early. I'm not ruling them completely out, but they are way back right now.
Paul, we obviously saw Texas play Arkansas since that announcement that they're going to be joining the SEC. Did Texas bite off more than they can chew with this one in the SEC? How will they be able to compete?
Well, I think it depends on when they get in the SEC. It's a good thing they're not in there right now. So when are they going to get in? I interviewed the commissioner of the SEC Friday afternoon in Arkansas, and it seems like maybe that it's going to be sooner than 4 years from now. But I think, and I'm not trying to be Pollyanna here. You guys know me. I think they can. I think Sarkisian, with time, can develop the right type of program. He needs to keep recruiting, and he is recruiting well. You know him, and he's another one of those former Southern Cal coaches like Lane Kiffin who got fired in the month of September. I don't know what SC has about the first month of the football season, but they like getting rid of coaches quickly. And Sark's reason was a little bit different than Lane's and Helton's. But I think they can get it done. If I can go back, if I can go back to SC for 1 second. Sorry, if I could go back to SC for 1 second, though, Max, I don't want to put any pressure on Mike Bohn, but if he screws up this hire and he's got 3 months to make it, you might as well bury this program, because you can't keep doing this every couple of years. You can't keep making a mistake. Lane Kiffin, he just wasn't mature enough. Sarkisian wasn't ready. Helton should have never been in the position. But if you go and you get another guy, and 3 years from now we're having the same conversation, then you're dead. I mean, nobody wants to go to your program.
Wait, Paul, could you potentially see them bringing Lane Kiffin back?
Hey, man.
I'm just asking.
He certainly. I think he would be a great hire. I think Lane Kiffin would be a fantastic hire at Southern Cal. He is mature. He's more mature. He's ready. He could do that job like that. He just wasn't ready in 2010.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.